but Canelo's getting a little older. He really is. Canelo's age is showing, in my opinion, and that's why I picked Bud to beat him. But you know what's
Mm.
funny? People now start saying, you know what? And then I say, I'm like, nope, stay over there. I got a bunch of nasty emails. People said a lot of bad stuff about me because I was picking, but like I got something involved in the fight, and I don't. I just see, I just see a situation where I see a Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard type of situation, and Canelo is plotting now. Plodding. He's plotting with his feet. But Bud is light on his feet. Bud's conditioning is better. Bud is stronger than he looks. Bud is longer than Canelo. He's a little taller. Bud look like he growing. He's taller than Canelo. You know
Taller
what I mean?
than.
I see him now, like he must doing some good work with his posture because Bud is like taller than guys who where before people was arguing with me like I don't think he's taller than Canelo. I'm looking like he's definitely taller than him. Bud is older, but Canelo almost got 70 fights. That's wear and tear. I'm, in my opinion, it's just a prediction. I could be wrong. I think Bud gonna beat him.
What you getting that stare down?
I don't care about that, man. Both of them dudes, I don't care about that.
That shit
Canelo's a
look
gun.
nasty. That shit look nasty to me. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't no cur in none of them boys.
No, Canelo a dog, bro. He go all the way there. He
He said
just
what he
didn't
said
feel
is
like,
it's time. That's what he said, right? It's
yeah,
time.
he just didn't feel like chasing that boy around the ring. I don't blame him, man. Dude come in the ring and jumping around like that. That's just, uh, listen. I don't. It ain't up to me. I don't hold no power, bro. If I was part of that, I'd never put that dude on again, bro. Seriously. That was just bad. People probably paid. Could you imagine buying a plane ticket to go out there and watching that shit, man? Seriously, could you imagine that?
A lot of
If you
money.
was like a big fan and you said, you know what, I want to go experience this, dog. That's the worst. That would be the worst feeling in the world. You literally rob people, and the guy has a right to box. But when people call Shakur and them runners, I'll be like, how's that running? Because they not letting you punch him in the face 5 or 6 times. That's not running. They boxing. This dude was running, bro. That was bad.
When we
I
talk,
can't I can't stand that, man. I can't stand that, and I just don't like that. I don't like that. And Bud and Canelo gonna be a much better fight because Bud's gonna try to win, and Canelo people run from him for a reason. He got dynamite in his hands.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? They run from him for a reason. You know what I mean? He's making grown men fight to survive, and they're bigger than him.
they're bigger than
So
him. Yep.
he can hit. You know what I'm saying? He just don't have the legs to cut you off the way he used to. And I'm gonna tell you something. People keep talking about how he should have cut the ring off. It'd have
hmm
been very difficult to cut the ring off against that guy because he was really running. So you know what I'm saying? Like it would look crazy for Canelo to really have to trap him and cut the ring off. Dude was running. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to cut the ring. It you could cut the ring off on a dude that's boxing and trying to score points and moving. It's something different if you got a dude that's literally playing like freeze tag with you. He don't want to be touched. You know what I mean? It's difficult. But he was a champion, I guess, and he was the mandatory and got the vacant title or whatever. And you had to take the fight, but that was just bad, man. I found myself like cutting it off and then cutting it back on because I saw after the third or fourth round, Canelo wasn't going to stop him. He just didn't have it in him to go full blast. Dude is a big, strong guy, and he does have some talent. But man, he fought a gutless fight, in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie, he fought a gutless fight. And I don't say that about guys. I really don't. I'm like I'm partial to boxers because I believe that a lot of people say that about like talented black fighters because they won't slug it out all the time. So I don't say that about boxers, but that was just bad. I didn't like that.
People were saying that with that type of lateral movement, they see a lot of flaws, and that is the reason why a lot of people say, "Hey, Crawford now could beat Canelo." But when you hear people trying to change their prediction just off of that movement, and you also saying that it's not fair that you can't cut off a guy like that, what would you say to people that say, "Oh, Bud has the upper hand on that factor alone."
No, because if you know, I picked Bud the whole time. Every
Yeah.
time you ask me, I've been picking Bud. I
Not
just
you
feel like that.
specifically though. Just like just people alone. I've seen a lot of changes. I've done polls all week and had
No,
Canelo
I've
for
had
like a
people
while.
call me up and apologize, like, man, now I see what you see. And I'm like, no, stay over there. I got a whole lot of shit for saying that Bud was gonna win the fight. I just feel like that it's a tough style for Canelo right now. I feel like that Bud's conditioning is just excellent. You never see Bud tired. He's a lot stronger than he looks. And I'm in the gyms all the time. And this is something that casuals don't realize. a, a excellent smaller fighter give bigger fighters trouble in the gym all the time, bro. All the time, especially if the bigger guy is not hurting them. Because the speed and the agility and the dexterity is in a smaller guy's favor. So it come down to, can the bigger guy put enough pounding on him? And I'm telling you, you'll be surprised if you've seen the lightweights that beat up welterweights and junior middleweights in the gym. You'll be surprised. You'd be surprised if you've seen the junior middleweights that beat up light heavyweights in the gym. You will be surprised. I'm not calling out no names, but I'm telling you, it happens all the time because the smaller guy used the bigger guy as a big target after a while because they don't have this same agility. They don't have the same reflexes. And another thing they don't have, they carrying around more mass. So therefore, they don't have the same stamina and endurance. The more muscles you have, the more muscles need maintenance. Blood has to flow through those muscles to get them work. To get them working. Canelo is a big, bulky guy, but I know he's going up to 168, and obviously we got to see how his body look and stuff. But Bud is lean and he's athletic, man. I'm very confident in my pick on this fight.
Hmm. I like it. I like it. It seems like it's gonna be a great fight. Um, but when I talked to Bomac, he says he hopes he gets a fair shake in this fight. You know, to beat Canelo on the cards, not the easiest thing to do.
Well, that's always an issue, I don't have a comment on that. We don't even know who the judge is going to be, but it is A sides and B sides in boxing, and Canelo is taking a risk with his legacy if he loses to a smaller man like this. So
Mm.
we got to see. We got to see. I never say nothing bad about no judges because I don't know who's going to be judging my guys' fights. But once we see who the judges are, then I could give you a better feel of how my pick is gonna go. Because I know some judges how they rock. It's certain judges when I see their name, I'll be like, damn, I'm gonna leave this fight alone. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, it definitely is just a handful of judges. Every time I see them, I be like, oh my God, shit.
See what?
And they always turn in a funny scorecard. As you could never ever count on them to do the right thing all the time. So yeah, I understand how Bomac feels, but for this kind of money, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Everybody in boxing gotta go through bad judging.
Hmm. Absolutely. Do you feel like Crawford could knock out Canelo?
Yep,
Mm.
yep, I do. Like an accumulation.
Okay,
hmm
so by combinations, you believe he can get him out of there.
No, I mean like accumulation, like just kind of just dropping water on concrete, round after round after round after round. One
Chipping
thing
the
about
rock.
Bud, yeah, you got it. One thing I notice about Bud, he's like almost like a genius when he fight. Well, he'll be touching you with shots, right? At about 60, 70% velocity. And then the next thing you know, he'll hit you with that same shot with 100% velocity. And you like, what the fuck was that? He also, he counterpunch you to the body. Bud nasty with his body work. Because Canelo is too. Canelo is too, but Canelo's more like flashy with it. Canelo got that left hook to the liver. Everybody in the world just know it's nasty. But watch Bud
Crawford's a
body work.
sneaky. Crawford's sneaky shit.
Yes. Could Crawford go to the body like Mike McCallum, bro?
Like
He's
McCallum. Wow.
when he fought in Dongo, that was a counter punch to the body. You know, he was wearing Sean Porter down with body shots, but he does it subtly, so you don't really know. It's like subtle body shots, just whip,
But it's
boom,
the
whip.
worst because you open up and then you're
Yeah,
open.
man.
Yeah.
Bud is nasty to the body, bro. He probably the best body puncher of his era, along with Canelo and in a way. Bud is nasty to the body. I think he's gonna be able to land body shots on Canelo. Now, obviously, Bud could get knocked out because Canelo can punch. Make no mistake about it. I know people been in the ring with him, sparred him, fought him. Like nobody don't say he can't punch. Canelo can punch. You know what I mean? He hasn't knocked nobody out in a while because the way the guy's been fighting him. But they fighting him like that for a reason. They don't want to get knocked out. Canelo can punch, and he got one of the best chins you ever want to see. Me picking Bud don't have nothing to do, like it's nothing bad about Canelo. I just think the timing is right, and I think that's a bad style for Canelo at this point in his career. And I watch how Canelo had trouble with certain kinds of guys. Floyd Mayweather, Erislandy Lara, Austin Trout. All those guys got a lot of similar qualities to Bud. And Bud a better puncher and more killer than all of them. I ain't saying better than Floyd. I'm just saying he's a better puncher. He's more of a killer. Now, being a killer could also get him knocked out, but also allow him to put more punishment on Canelo. And from my experiences, when smaller fighters get bigger fighters, if the bigger fighter is not up to par, he becomes a bigger target, just a big target. And I really like Bud in this fight. I just do. And I'm not changing it. And I've been saying it ever since the fight started. I told Bud, I seen him in Vegas last year, and I'm like, bro, you gonna beat him. And he just smiled. I told him that. I actually referred to a fight that I saw him fight. I'm like, you fight that fight right there, you could beat him.
What fight? What fight is that?
Victor Postal.
Oh, okay. When he fought him. Okay.
Watch that fight real good, bro. Real good. Bud did something in that fight that let me know he could beat him. He did something in that fight, and it just stood out to me. And I said, damn, he could win that fight. Now he hasn't fought like that since because he hasn't had to. That fight went the distance, and Bud started knocking people silly after that. So he hasn't had to. There was something about Postal, even though Postal didn't have a lot of knockouts, something about Postal's power made Bud kind of respect it. And he fought a fight, and I said to myself, he could beat Canelo fighting that type of fight.